Morning last night, I imagine it's an assignment you embrace, but I'm also wondering if your mental, when you know you have a specific assignment, does your mental preparation differ from any other game?
No, I don't think so. I think you have to be a little more aware of who's on the ice and what they're capable of doing. But for us, you don't want to get scored on. You want to play whatever line you're out against physical. You want to draw some momentum. You want to be in their offensive or their defensive zone playing with the puck. So I don't think the approach changes. I think you just have to be a little more aware.
Getting a little more ice time, getting a little, I guess, more regular ice time, does that make it easier for you to play? Like, I guess most players, the answer is yes, but for an older player, no offense.
None taken.
But
You're on your own if it comes over.
From an older writer to an does that make it easier for you?
Yeah, I mean, playing 15 minutes is a lot easier than playing 5 minutes. And not that I've played 5 minutes here. Just you get more in a rhythm. I think if you have a shift in the D zone, you have less time to sit and dwell on it, and you can just get back out there and get back into offense zone, get back to work. So definitely. I think you play with a little more confidence when you're on the ice a little bit more. It's a lot easier to play that way.
It looked like there were 3 happy Cowboys when Barker put the puck in the net.
Yeah, I mean, it's always, it's always great when our line can score, especially he throws us out there in the defensive zone against their top line, and we do a job there and go right down and score and put the game basically out of reach at that point. So I think that was. I think everybody was happy for.
Yeah. Good. It was good to see. Really, it was. You guys did a good job.
Thank you.
Shutting things down. Nice to be rewarded.
Yeah, always nice to be rewarded.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you or the team pays attention to analytics, but the numbers don't line up with your record. So what do you think is the strength of the team that allows it to keep winning, even when people look and say, you know what, this is not sustainable. Their possession numbers aren't good enough. Their whatever numbers you cite, your expected goals. What do you think is the core of the team that you just go out and win?
I mean, I'm not a big fan of analytics as it is, to be honest with you. I look at results. I mean, I guess you can look at sometimes you don't play the right way and you still get the result. But I think if you look at our team this season, tied for the most comeback wins in the league. I think we're resilient. There's not a lot that rattles us. I think we know how to play a full 60 minutes, which is very important going into the playoffs. Not getting down. The ebbs and flows of games. You can't get too high, can't get too low. I know it's an old saying, but it's really important to learn that before you get into the playoffs. Whether it's within the game or within the series, you can be down 2 games in a series, and you got to make sure that you're bouncing back in game 3. Down 2 goals in a game, you got to make sure you get that next one. So I think the resilience of this team is what's helped us all season. I know. Maybe we're just a better rush team than in zone. I don't know. I don't really look at that.
How much do you think the goaltending allows you to be resilient?
Well, you need a good goaltender to win, and obviously we have one of the best in the league. I think a lot of people like to just say, "Oh, your goaltender is holding you in games," but he's part of the team. We need that guy going too, just like we need every other guy going. So, he's playing unbelievable. He's definitely saving some games. He's stolen some games, but other guys in that locker room have done the same thing. So, it's. You need every piece going during the season into the playoffs, especially in the playoffs. You got to have everybody going.
Just looking ahead to tomorrow, how weird is it to be seeing a divisional opponent for the first time all season this late in the season?
Yeah, it's a little weird. I don't. I think I was talking to Sid actually earlier in the season. We were looking at the schedule, and yeah, couldn't believe that the first time we were seeing him is close to March. So it'll be good. I think we play him, 4 times in the next, or 3 or 4 times in the next month, something like that. So I'm sure they'll get a little chippy rivalry game, and they're right there with the standings. So it'll be fun games.
And with so many,
Go ahead.
with so many divisional games coming down the stretch here, just how important will it be for you guys to keep doing what you're doing and finish strong?
Yeah, I mean, especially with the divisional games, you want to stay on top of your division in the standings, and you get the 2 points the other team isn't, so you're jumping ahead, and you're creating some separation. So they're important. They're teams we're going to be seeing in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. So sending messages during the season is just as important as getting those wins.
You mentioned Sid, Ryan, you had an opportunity to play with a lot of great players. What stood out playing with Crosby?
I think watching him in games before I played with him, he would bank it off the goalie, and you'd be like, oh, it's so lucky, he's just trying to put it in front of the net. But then, I play with him, and he does that all practice. He does everything he does in games where you think, oh, maybe not lucky because, he's a one in a lifetime talent, but just the crazy things you think it's something he maybe pulled off on a fluke. He doesn't pull that off on a fluke. He does that all practice. He's one of the hardest working players I've ever played with. He works on his game. He likes hard practices. He likes to battle. He's very superstitious, a little too superstitious for me, but he's a great leader. It's no wonder why that team is always in contention. You have a guy like that on your team. He can take you places.